you. So as most of you already know, we're finally in autumn, that wonderful season where it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's wonderful temperature. You can walk on the streets, you'll see leaves falling from the trees, lovely brownish colors, and I love the collections for autumn clothes-wise. They're awesome. But yeah, today I'm going to be bringing you the first video of many. I think I want to start this kind of thing, which I decided to call Mia Moments, where it's like just videos where we sit down together and we talk about stuff that might not be too easy to talk about, but sometimes I feel like in a way we'll help each other, and you'll get to understand a little bit more about me and my process, how I've grown up these past years, what I've changed, what I've learned, and pretty much just talk about stuff that is different than what I normally talk about. I mean, I love doing videos where I talk about my favorites, I love doing music videos, I love doing all those different types of videos, but I've also realized that there are other things that I want to talk about, and I think I've never been courageous enough to do it. I think I've never had the courage or the, I guess the strength to be able to put that camera recording and talk about stuff that is a little bit more sensitive, or stuff that pretty much is putting your feelings out there and talking about yourself in a more personal way. But at the same time, I thought to myself, maybe a lot of you are going through difficult times, maybe a lot of you are growing up, have a lot of questions, and would like to know these things about me. And if in some way this video helps you, then at least I feel much better about myself. And I guess we're a community, and some way I feel like I watch these videos a lot and they've helped me from different YouTubers out there. So if mine helps you, then that makes me feel much better. So today I wanted to talk about this one word that has been basically the mecca of the balance that I have in my day-to-day life. The word is acceptance. Now, acceptance has been something that has helped me throughout my day-to-day life. It's helped me find the balance within myself, because I've had moments throughout my life where I used to get upset about certain things that I couldn't change. And it's pretty much about everything, really. I mean, I can project this kind of behavior in a lot of things in my life, be it my career, my relationships, my friendships. It's this thing that kept on coming back, and I kept on asking, why am I always getting upset about the same things? Why am I always questioning the same things? And why can't sometimes I let things go? And I'll give you examples. If you're in a relationship with someone and that person isn't as romantic as you want him to be or her to be, they're just not. They're not programmed that way. They weren't brought up that way. It's not intrinsic in them. And you keep on saying, like, why doesn't he buy me flowers? Or why doesn't she sometimes write little notes to me? And you start painting that as like this huge flaw in this person. Now, granted, of course, sometimes it's good to talk about these things, because I think that communication is definitely key in relationships. But it's not good to bash someone down because of their limitations, or they're not, programmed the same way as you are. But when I started to see this, I realized to myself that if this person isn't as romantic as I want him to be, but he's so much better in other things, like he's sweet to me, he cares about my feelings, he actually listens to me. I decided to do this thing where I would accept that this person is different from me, accept that he or she is not that romantic, but also praise the things that they're better at, that they make you happy for. And this kind of rule of acceptance makes you feel more at peace with yourself. And I really believe this. Like in my career, sometimes it's not an easy career. It's music. It's sometimes it doesn't just depend on you. You have to wait for decisions from high above being like record labels or managers. They have to take their time to make decisions, and they have to ponder things. And pondering has definitely been a thing that I've learned to do, like stop, look, listen, observe. I guess in a way, when I talk about acceptance with you guys, it's basically to say that by accepting things that you can't change, ultimately, it makes the grief, the anger, the frustration so much less, because you've accepted this. You've said, I can't change this, I can't change you, So I accept that we're different. I accept that this is not going to go the way that I want it to go, which doesn't mean that you become complacent. It doesn't mean that you're in some way settling for something in the negative way. It just means that you've become more at peace with yourself, with this decision, with this bad news, with this good news. You're accepting it. And it makes everything a little bit more neutral. Not to say that you can't feel fire about certain things and passion and intensity, you can. But if it's going to spiral you into a negative kind of atmosphere and aura, there's no need for that. It's only going to create more negativity around you, in contrast to if you actually just accept something, accept that you can't change something. A lot of times we have this tendency to be upset because things didn't go the way we wanted them to go. And, you know, and this can be about everything really. It can be about losing someone that we love. It can be at our job, it's just not going as well as we want it to go. But sometimes we have these expectations with ourselves. And this is where I suffered a lot, because I was a perfectionist. I wanted to be the best at everything. I was very competitive. And I feel like by accepting that I have flaws and that I'm not going to be perfect in everything, that I can't sing a song from beginning to end without at some point pitching in some way or going a little bit off key, because I'm a human. I'm going to make mistakes. I don't wake up in the morning thinking I'm perfect. I don't look in the mirror and think that person is amazing. I don't. I accept who I am. I accept my flaws, my limitations, all the different things that either are positive or negative, because it makes you a more neutral and a more centered person. And I think finding that balance through acceptance and through all these different other words that we can talk about. Today I wanted to focus on acceptance, but one day we can talk about expectations, we can talk about insecurities, we can talk about all these different things that really shape us into being the person that we are. But I really do believe that we can all change. Maybe not huge changes in our personalities, but changing certain things that make our day-to-day so much better, that make us breathe easier, that make us calmer. All I can say, I don't know if this video has made any sense whatsoever, I hope it has, but all I can say is, even if you're going through a hard time right now, even if it's difficult at school, your friendships aren't going so well, your relationship isn't going so well, any situation that things are hard for you, if you find a way to truly accept that these things are happening with or without your capacity to change it, it makes it easier. It really does make it easier, because there really are things we can't change. And even if there are things that you can change, it's accepting that things take time. Have you realized that? Like, you can be like, Mia, but these are things that I can change. And, you know, I can be better, or he can be better. That's fine. But accepting that it takes time to change, accepting that it takes time for that person to become more romantic, that takes time. And that takes your comprehension. And for you to have more comprehension, you need to be more susceptible to accepting that reality that you're in. I know that I probably said accept about 1,000,000 times in this video, but I just want to get the idea through to you guys that everything doesn't stay the same forever, be it good or bad. Life is about balance, yin and yang. I'm sure you've heard of that before, and that's something that I really believe in. I've been through my own difficulties. I've had really dark phases where I felt bad about myself. I felt insecure. I questioned a lot. But throughout the years, I think that you grow up, you become more patient, you become more able to accept different circumstances in your life or in your job or in your relationships or friendships. And you pretty much you're growing up. And I've got to say that I've found a lot of help or guidance through YouTubers out there who talk about these things and really explain things thoroughly. I don't know if I have that capacity. I don't know if this video has made sense. If it hasn't, I'm sorry, but the intentions are there, and I really do want to help you. And even if it's just you watching this video being like, I didn't understand anything that she said, but I felt good about myself, that makes a whole difference to me. So yeah, ultimately, to wrap up, try thinking about this word acceptance and how this can help you in your life, whatever way possible, whatever way you decide to portray the acceptance or, emulate what I'm saying into your lives. But I'd like to know what you're going through. I'd like to know if there's anything that I can help you with. I like to think that my supporters and the people that watch my videos and listen to my music will help you too. I feel like we're a family. So write down in the comments below what you're going through, what you'd like me to talk about in my next videos. If you like this video, if you don't want to ever see me doing these videos again, I'd just like to know, and I'll be back soon with a new video. I love you guys so much, and thanks for watching.